Hey, what's good, man? Welcome back to another Polywide episode, bro. Yesterday, I just landed in Paris, France, and I've been so lucky and fortunate enough to link up with the also Paul and Mile, which is cool, man. So I'm gonna get a little insight about them, about their whole story moving over here. Paul's giving me the access to come and record a few of their training and stuff like that. These boys, man, coming from Australia and New Zealand all the way to France and just experience a different lifestyle, bro. This is crazy to me. Last night also, I was very lucky to link up with the Usos, Kimi and Emmanuel Merfal, which is mad because he's a local boy as well, around the same area where I'm from. He's from Anala, I'm from Goodna, which is just down the road, and these guys are playing in the world stage, which is hectic, bro. He's playing for France and he's a starter too, so Australia's definitely fumbled the ball when coming to like that, but you know, they're out here chasing their dreams with their families, and I just couldn't be more proud, bro, because these guys are obviously Polynesians from the other side of the world. We're running amok on these ends, man. So yeah, I'm just gonna hang out with those guys today. If you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe. Yeah, I just want to showcase our people on this side of it, because you know, they're just like us, but you know, they're just chasing their dreams over here, man. So yeah, let's get it. Oh yeah, and if you're wondering why I'm wearing this, bro, it's so bloody cold. Let me show you the weather. It was snowing yesterday. 4 degrees, bro. Type of weather that gets to your bones. Hey, Jules Sanga. I'm just a young, proud Polynesian man, either showcasing our Polynesian stories or showing you the world through my eyes. Welcome to Polywide. Here he is, bro.
Take you downstairs.
The man, bro. Thanks for coming on. We so appreciate it, bro. Yes. You wanna quickly give an insight to the people, bro? What's your name, what you do, and how long you been here?
So I'm Paul Emile. I'm here in Paris, Stade Francais.
Yeah.
One of the top clubs in France, and I've been here for 10 seasons now. Back in 2015.
What's it like moving over here? Like, how are you settling in into everything?
Yeah, no, life is good here. I mean, it's tough at the beginning. You don't know the language, you don't understand the culture. Everything's different, but then, so now since I've been here, I've been married, 2 kids. I couldn't picture myself right now back at home. Yeah. The opportunities that rugby has presented me here in France
That's good, but
you know, it's life-changing. So I can look after my kids for their future as well. I can look after my family back at home as well, so it's been nice. But you'll see there's a few legends on the wall here. There's a Will Genia.
Oh, true.
Yep. He was here back in 2017. Tolulatu.
All the pollies, eh?
Yeah.
Running a mark. So what were you saying about the club? It's pretty historic, yeah?
Yeah, so the club was formed in 1883 by university. It's one of the oldest clubs. We used to play in blue and red, but now we wear pink. We're known for, especially in Europe, for wearing pink, for bringing kind of feminine color into manly sport, more male-dominated sport. This was our what do you call? I'm trying to think of the word in English. Yeah, it's gym.
Oui.
I was thinking stade de muscu in English.
Wait, this guy's been in France that long, he forgot the English word for gym.
Yeah, so you see a lot of our stuff is gone now, but we've moved it out to Saint-Germain, which is where PSG, the football team, where they used to train.
Yeah.
So we've taken over their training grounds now.
Yeah, right.
So I've seen a lot of change in this club. This wasn't here when I first came here.
Yeah.
This used to be just a field. We used to just do like line outs or even play football down here. Well,
that's mad.
Is soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they changed all this, renovated it, you know, made it really nice, and then now we've moved again.
Yeah.
So that's the thing about these clubs, that they're always trying to, you know, upgrade, which is good. You know, it shows that they're always looking to the future, which is why I think the future of French rugby is going to be very prominent and dominant as well.
They're already running amok, bro. Like that game last night, bro.
Yeah.
You watch it?
Yeah, but I knew they were. But then they beat the All Blacks last week as well. They've got a really good team, but the things that they're doing to evolve the competition is definitely working.
100, bro. And like on top of that, because there's another also, Emmanuel.
Yeah,
he's killing it, bro, and he's obviously Samoan. Yeah. Well, like, would you ever play for France if they gave you the opportunity? Because obviously we'll go to the next topic about you captaining Samoa.
Yeah, no, the opportunity did come up, but I was already capped for Samoa. So over here, you can play for a second team if if you have parents or grandparents that come from the country, but I already put my hand up for Samoa because I wanted to do that for my family, for my culture. Kind of like to,
Really?
it's the represent my family, and I think that exceeds money, exceeds everything that I get. That's for me is really important. It's more important than that. So just putting on that blue jersey, I think it's a feeling that you get that you don't. I never got wearing this jersey, even though this club means a lot to me. But,
Yeah.
wearing the Samoan jersey is definitely special.
Next government right here. Next government right here.
They keep saying that's my granddad that's taking care of the rugby.
Wow, that's mad, bro.
It's not.
That's mad. This guy is corrupt us. Nah, that's sicky, bro. Especially also having your brother here.
Yeah.
Also, what was that like?
Yeah, it was special. I think you grow up. I've got two other brothers, so including my brother here, there's 3 brothers. And I always dreamt about playing,
There's 3?
Yeah, we're 4 in our family, 4 boys, 4 girls.
That's mad.
Just a little Samoan family.
That's good.
Yeah. Then I always dreamt about playing with my other brothers because we're closer in age.
Yeah.
But never did I think I was going to play with the youngest brother, because we have 9 years between us.
Damn.
And so it was quite special when he came over. But I thought, well, we're never going to play together because he played tight head at the time. But then,
Is that your position?
that's my position.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not going to move. So
Yeah.
so now he went over to Loosehead and he did really well at Loosehead, and so opportunity came up for him to play with the pros because he was a lot better at Loosehead than he was at Tighthead.
Yeah.
And then one opportunity after the next, he was able to play, and then we ended up playing our first game together. And so I think we played probably close to 50 games together now.
Bro, that's mad.
You get used to it, eh?
Yeah. Because obviously you guys are playing together this Sunday. He's playing 3, you're playing...
No, I'm playing 3.
You're playing 3, he's 1.
Yeah.
Right. What was like the biggest culture shock for you, like coming over?
It's just, I think coming over to France is tough enough, but coming to Paris, big city, people are quite rude. Well, you think they're rude, but then you realize it's cultural.
That's just the culture.
And they've got like this, every man for himself kind of attitude. Like back in Australia, people are a bit more polite, especially in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Everyone's a lot more polite. They look out for each other.
Yeah.
Here, if they just kind of fend for themselves, looking out for someone else. Yeah. Virgil. So that's Joe Marchant, the English international. Yeah,
Casually just walking.
yeah. So he played for England in the last World Cup. He's just now signed over here, so it's a good goal.
That's mad. What do you miss most about Pope? Like, especially being Polynesian and like, we love our meats and stuff. Like,
Yeah, I've had to learn to make my own like Samoan food. It's not the same.
yeah.
Samoan food when you go home, it's different. You don't get the same ingredients. Also, you don't have, your mom or your auntie's making it.
Yeah,
for you.
right.
It's gonna get. But yeah, sure. So these are all the teams that have played. All the team photos.
Fuck. Yeah, I'm definitely missing.
I'll show you some of the islanders. I can find them. You'll see him. He sticks out like a sore thumb. Here he is. Brizzy legend. Samoa.
This guy. Dude, is this where he came after the Reds?
Yeah. So he did. He came over here, won a championship.
Oh, true.
Yeah, Radicki doing Radicki things.
Does he stay here now or is he gone back home?
Nah, he's gone back home. So he lives with his family back in Brisbane.
Oh, right.
That's kind of like where everyone goes back to.
Yeah.
And
Is that, you see yourself doing that ever? No.
Brisbane, yeah, that's where home is. Like you come over here, it's great and everything. Life is good, but you realize family is important.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do once everything's done.
Yeah.
It's my first year.
What about the Mo on the bloke?
Yeah.
The Mo on the bloke.
And the Waisea, captain of Fiji, he was here before
Oh,
as
that's
well.
mad.
And Paul Williams played for Samoa.
Oh, did he play here too?
Yeah. So I was lucky enough I got to play with him. And then there's Patrick Seal, little brother of Scott Seal.
Yeah. Oh, Paul Williams, eh?
Yeah, legend.
Oh, man.
Such a good dude too.
That's awesome, bro.
Now shall I walk you through our tunnel? This is where we walk out during games, so we can come from the change rooms over there.
These change rooms.
Up through here, and these all light up. So this is normally dark,
Yeah.
and then they've got like strobe lights of very
Just
distinct.
creates the space, eh?
Yeah. And then we walk out here. But yeah, life is good here. Life is good,
Yeah.
but when you're here for a long time, you start to realize the things that are important.
Yeah, yeah.
Your family. That's just it. It's just family, you know.
Yeah.
You can be in the best place in the world, but your family, your culture is the most important thing.
Was it hard for your partner? Like obviously, you know.
Yeah.
Did you have kids before you came?
Nah.
Nah, so you had your kids here.
Got 2 French kids also.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, this is where we run out.
Oh, this is a beautiful stadium. Careful, it's gone.
It's cold. Too cold for me. This is the thing also I miss about home. It doesn't get this cold.
Yeah.
It was snowing here yesterday.
Would you prefer the I've seen that. Would you prefer heat or cold?
Heat.
You reckon?
Yeah.
So lit, bro.
I think
You must be gone for too long, bro.
I've been gone for too long now, so I prefer the heat now.
Yeah, man. Even though it's freezing, man, I would rather wear like winter gear than
Yeah, that's true.
summer gears, bro.
But then here, when it's cold, it's so cold, miserable.
Yeah,
You don't see the sun for a long time.
yeah,
So it's when this, but the thing is, when it gets hot here at night, it's really nice here.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
beautiful.
yeah. Snow and sun I seen yesterday. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Snow and sun. So yeah, it must be a lot of sacrifice. Coming here, doing your thing and
yeah. There's like I missed out a lot of like funerals, weddings.
yeah,
I'm going here.
yeah.
Me chill.
Just chill out, yeah.
And it was sad, like you miss a lot of things back at home, and then you see family growing up, got nieces and nephews.
Yeah,
Miss them growing up as well. But I know here, like being here is good for like your future.
yeah,
They pay well here. They pay well. I'm not gonna lie, in French rugby, and especially props.
yeah.
They're very valued over here.
It's not like the backs are not like the main.
Oh, they are. They're still.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like I think back at home the props were like right at the bottom. We're like at the bottom of the pecking order. But over here they value the scrums. They value a good tight head prop. So that's why I've chose, like I signed a 2-year, 3-year deal
Yeah.
at the beginning, and then I just kept re-signing because I said, just being taken care of. I'm over here, and I know rugby's not going to be forever.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to take the opportunity to save as much as I can, so that when I go back home,
Yeah,
we can buy a house and look after my kids.
yeah. That's awesome. Bro.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're coming to like the end of your career, like near back end of your career, where you're like, all right, I need to start planning stuff now, where in order for me to like move to the next step in my life?
Yeah, I think because I'm nearly 33 now.
Damn.
Yeah, so I'm getting old. Oh, you're getting old when the boys in the club start calling you uncle. Or in the French way, the French way they use tonton, which is a nickname for uncle. So they call me tonton, and I'm like, I came here as one of the youngest, and now I'm leaving as one of the oldest. So yeah, and I think I've got to really plan for. So we already know that we're going to go back to Australia eventually.
Yeah.
I think I've got one more contract in me. A good thing about playing prop is you don't have to have speed. So even though I'm losing my speed as a prop, they can play until they're a lot later. Je peux laver les serviettes chez moi si tu veux. So he's been here he's like 80. He's been here for a long time.
That's the real
Like
talk.
30, 40 years. But he's like, he's everyone's granddad.
Yeah, he looks it. I seen him on the thing just walking around.
Yeah.
Because obviously, you moved over with your partner. It would have been a lot for her as well. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
How's that for like you guys as obviously raising your family here also?
Yeah, I think for her, it was hard because I moved over first for a few months, but we were engaged at the time. But we were not staying together. I went home for a week in February 2016. We got married.
Yeah.
And then we both came together
That's mad.
to France for the first time. Living together was in France. And then a couple of days later, I had a camp in Portugal with the team. So I left for 10 days and left in Paris by itself. So from then, I think it set the tone of, oh, this is,
Yeah.
it's going to be very tough. For her, it's still tough. We've got 2 kids now. She doesn't have her mum around.
Yeah.
She visited not long ago, which was nice. But at the same time, not having that family around, But the thing about living on the other side of the world is you have to then create your own community. It says it takes a village to raise your kids. And so we've kind of created our own village around us. And we're lucky that we do have other, Polynesians. We do have other people from back home who live here.
That's cool.
Especially through rugby, there's more and more people coming over to play rugby over here. So we've been able to have our, own little village, our own community over here.
Yeah.
But it's not the same as having family.
Yeah, of course.
So for her, she's obviously had to sacrifice a lot. Her family, her friends, people that she's used to having around her. We're doing this kind of journey together.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we're growing a lot together.
Yeah.
I feel like this growth has really helped us.
Yeah.
Something that I think we'd still grow back at home, but I think we've had to grow at a faster rate together.
That's it. Yeah.
In our relationship, which has been good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Because I couldn't picture myself moving over here doing what you guys are doing, bro. Especially coming as a Polynesian, and you don't even know what's ahead of you when you're here. I bet you didn't even see yourself staying for this long doing.
No,
that's bad, bro.
No, I didn't. I didn't see myself being here this long.
Yeah.
But now I'm thinking, I wish I came over earlier.
Yeah.
The opportunities here, it's crazy. Even the way they look after the young players.
Yeah.
They give them housing, they pay for their food, transport, everything's paid for. They're just very well looked after here.
Would you push this as a job for younger polys, bro?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's hard because I know there's a lot of polys that want to, play for Australia, play for the Wallabies, play for All Blacks, and I think that is good. That is good. But at the same time, I see the future here, how you're looked after, even just with your career, rugby, how it's you're taken care of over here. It's really good. Yeah. And I think because there's a lot of financial help here.
Yeah.
Like each club is owned by different. Like our club is owned by like this billionaire guy who owns a Capri Sun juice.
True. What's his name? Where can I find him?
You can find his Capri Sun juice. His name's Hans Peter Wild, Dr. Wild, we call him.
Far out, bro. So a lot of money's invested into each club.
Yeah.
So
when he first came, he invested 100 million in 5 years. So he wanted to invest that much money into a club.
So that's like facilities, players, coaching, what else? Staff?
Yeah. But a lot of it's the facilities,
Yeah.
Like I showed you before, our gym, how it was upgraded, how we've been able to move now to an even bigger area. And we've got now this like PSG football's old training grounds, 2 hybrid pitches, which is like kind of mixed between grass and synthetic.
Yeah.
So it's a kind of like top quality turf.
So can people play on that?
Yeah.
So you guys can actually play.
So our fields are synthetic, which is good. We used to have normal turf, but then it used to dig up, or during winter, it
gets real soft. Yeah.
Oh, it gets real hard actually. Yeah.
Oh,
so it's like playing on concrete. Yeah.
Oh,
so the good thing about synthetic is it's always going to stay the same. And a lot of clubs now are moving to synthetic because it doesn't matter the weather. It's always going to be the same.
Like, what's the plan for today? You gonna go chill out, do your thing at home?
Yeah, I'm just going to go spend time with the boys. They've got school photos on Monday, so I've got to take them to get a haircut.
Hectic, bro.
Just be around.
Nah, thank you for spending time with me.
All good, man.
Whereas if there's any one thing that you want to say to like a Polynesian that wants to do something, it doesn't even have to be sport, like anything, bro. What's one piece of advice you want to give to them?
I think something like I've learned later in my career that I wish I learned earlier was like having that discipline to do the little things, and even when you're not feeling like doing something, don't do something according to how you're feeling. Because one day you'll feel great, one day you won't feel so great. But put your little, these little goals in front of you and keep trying to achieve those little goals. When you're feeling it, like doing, or you don't feel like doing it, just keep working at it.
Appreciate you, my man, bro. The man, Paulie, baby. That's us, bro. All right, now we're here now in the Usul's car, sponsored. Oh, yeah. Tell us about the traffic here, bro. What you were just telling me was.
Yeah, Paris traffic is crazy. People doing all sorts. People running red lights. People walking when they're not supposed to be walking. Bikes. There's just a lot going on. What I like about the city is the people. Like, you see something new. People are always ticking other people off, but they don't get super angry. They'll just get upset and then they kind of get over it.
Nothing personally.
Nothing personal. They just move on. But when I first moved here, I used to get so angry at everything that was going on. People just stopping in the middle of the road, bikes.
Oh, I rode a bike in Italy.
Yeah.
And I crashed into a taxi.
No.
I crashed into a taxi,
Yeah,
bro.
right.
Nah, he was off me. Well, I gave him some cash, so this guy's gonna come back to Australia, drive the same.
Oh, yeah.
Was it hard for you? Obviously, it was hard for you to adapt. Do you think it will be hard for you to unadapt when you go back home?
Yeah, I think so. I think maybe I'll probably see a lot more road rage going back home. Everyone following rules is kind of like what they don't do here. So for me, it's like, oh, I can break this. Oh, I can,
Yeah, they pretty much push each other, like pushing. Hey, it's not like they wait and give way, like they push in.
Because the thing is, if you're not aggressive here, or if you don't try and push your way in, you're not going to get anywhere.
Yeah. Right.
So then, like, people will, we'll just try and push in, and then other cars will like, oh well, I've got no option. I've just got to let them in. Because they're half their cars in front of my car. Otherwise, I'm going to crash into them.
I think the taxi that we came in when we first landed, the car was halfway in front.
Yeah.
And he found a way to push it. I was like, totally.
Yeah. That's exactly it. And also, like, parking here, you'll see a lot of the times when you're parallel parked, the cars will be touching.
What?
Yeah, it's just if they can fit, they,
What's your go-to coffee?
Flat white.
You love your flat white?
Yeah, I love flat white from Oak Coffee. It's a local cafe, Aussie owned. Guy from back in Sydney. He opened up a cafe not far from where I live on the 15th. So we go there a lot.
Is there a lot of Aussie owned cafes around here?
There are a few, and then there are also some that because I know, like, back at home, something that's French is very, like, special. Kind of like, oh, that's kind of like the fancy thing to do. But over here, an Aussie owned cafe is kind of like the special thing.
Yeah,
so
right.
people like, I went to one cafe and they called it Australian cafe, but the people were French. And even the owner, I think he'd never been to Australia, but he called it like, he made it like Melbourne themed.
Oh, yeah.
But, it was able to sell the product because then people are like, oh, nice, cafe from Australia. So, it's a popular cafe.
Yeah.
I won't say the name, but I found out, I was talking to the guy and he's like talking to me in French, and I'm like, oh, you're not even Australian. But for them, an Aussie cafe is like,
it's the thing over here.
That's the fancy, that's the nice thing.
Yeah. You know what? That actually does work, because when I was in Italy, I was looking for like some chunky breakfast, like like meat or something like that. And I seen it said on the dashboard, big American breakfast.
Yeah.
And I got it. It was just a slice of bread, eggs, oil, and 2 strips of bacon. I was eager, bro. Like, damn.
Especially because you're in the States.
Yeah.
So the American food.
Yeah. But then I quickly found out, but that's just the way food is here. Very basic, whole food.
Yeah. Like, you won't get the same foods that you get back at home, but they'll sell it. Like, I think just recently they opened up like a pie shop, because they don't have pies or sausage rolls over here. But I'm like, man, I reckon it'd do so well here.
It will, bro.
And now there's this guy who opened up a shop that's they sell sausage rolls and pies, and I think it's pumping now.
Yeah.
What's
your nutrition like? What do you eat from day to day, and then what's your match ritual for your food?
The good thing is we get fed at the club, so they provide our breakfast and lunches, cooked breakfast buffet, and then also for lunch they'll have a protein like chicken or beef with a fish, and then they'll have like hot veggies, and then there's like a salad bar. So you can have, and then fruit salad as well, or whatever they're having for dessert, like a fruit salad, or sometimes they'll have, like the other morning they had cheesecake. but like a healthier, you know,
Yeah,
cheesecake. So we have a kitchen at our facilities, and we have chefs that come in and cook our meals for us.
That's hectic, bro.
So they keep on top of that. It's
Do
pretty
you
good.
follow it? Like, are you strict on it?
Pretty strict, but then sometimes,
Yeah.
you know, go home, treat ourselves. Because, you know, the kids have to eat the chocolates and that stuff too. And also, my mother-in-law, she brought over some Whitakers, so, dangerous.
That's mad.
Yeah.
That's mad. Yeah, Whitakers are gun. What's dinner like? Who cooks dinner?
Yeah.
Who sorts out that stuff, and like, what do you eat?
Yeah, my wife normally cooks us dinner. The good thing is because our kids, when we have kids, we want to, you know, bring them up the right way. So we'll have dinner together. My wife will cook. The other night we had lasagna. Or she'll cook, you know, chicken with rice, veggies. Just it's quite simple stuff. We eat foods that our kids are gonna eat, which is pretty much rice, pasta,
Yeah.
any white foods, pretty much.
Yeah.
Then chicken.
Does she shift you away from that, or like you guys have it here and there?
Nah, actually, rugby kind of shifted me away from it.
Yeah.
When I first became a rugby player or professional rugby player straight out of school, and so we were like taught like this is how you're supposed to be eating.
Yeah.
So I was quite lucky that I kind of already had that base before we met, and it's pretty much like a lot of it's biology food anyways. But it is a healthier way to eat, and to kind of make it to that next level, you have to keep on top of your nutrition.
Yeah.
So when I first moved out of school, that's kind of when I had to start eating better. Because at home, you know, we're just eating whatever mum and dad cooked.
Oh, I want to talk. You're Christian?
Yeah.
I love that, because obviously we're talking about when you said that you're living away from your partner.
Yeah.
Like you guys wanted to save all that intimate relationship.
Yeah.
Like, what was it like for you with your faith, bro? Like, did you ever stumble across like a hard time where, you know, you did want to give up and question a lot of things?
Oh, I'll be honest with you. Like, I think sometimes it's hard. It's harder to say, you know, when things are not going well, when things aren't going well.
Yeah.
Like, kind of you say afterwards when you're starting to do better. But right now, like, I'll be honest, we're not currently going to church. We go to a church. We used to, but we kind of stepped back. There are a lot of things that we questioned.
Yeah.
My wife, she had some hard times as well. You know, I had some difficult times. Like, I'm currently taking antidepressants because I have depression, like a really, really bad depression.
Yeah.
And so there was just some things I think we would like, okay, we're going to step back and try and evaluate, you know, our faith in our lives. And so at the moment, I know, you know, God is there.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
And I have a relationship with God.
Yeah.
But right now it's, you know, it's not easy.
Yeah.
A lot of things that we're just questioning with God, but, you know, with things that are going on in church.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I think for me, I'll never question God, but
Yeah.
I think I do question people.
Yeah. People. Yeah.
And I think that's also something I found very different over here is the going to church back at home is very different to going to church over here.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, and you'll see in the Bible, like, different churches from different areas, they did things differently. It's because obviously culture comes in and that affects the churches and how they do things. And so for us, we found it very different coming over here. The people very different. Like, not to say there's one right way.
Yeah, one right, one's wrong. Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, we kind of struggled with, you know, I guess some of the culture. Yeah. In the churches over here, and so that was something that we stepped back from and just really, you know, just evaluate and we'll talk about. Even just something I know we just got to pray about as well.
Yeah. That's a crazy perspective. Like, you knowing and picking up on that, like knowing that it's like there's what you know at home is not the same here, and so you guys had to re-evaluate things and kind of take a step back. That's
not to say we'll stay away from church forever. Yeah. But it's just you know, we're at a time now we probably don't have the support that we'd have back at home. You know, like our closest friends back at home are people from church. Yeah. And like obviously, and your cousin Clinton, you know, he's a very close friend of ours. Yeah. you know, we go to the same church as well, of Clinton. So those are the people, you know, that were kind of like our support. And
That's crazy, bro. Because there's a lot of things that he's done for me, like Christ himself.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a subject that I don't talk about, but love talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but it's just when I do catch someone in that same lane, bro, like it's just understanding him from a different view. It just baffles me every time. Like just reading or hearing a story from how he handles things and how we are as humans who fail to be like him every day.
Yeah.
And we sophisticate things.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, like even the church thing, bro, like I want to go to church, but I don't know where to start.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just don't know where to start, but you know.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, you're never going to find the perfect church. You're never going to find the one, like, true church. And I think that's something I kind of thought of, like, I thought I did, but then realizing that, you know, church is not perfect, but God is perfect, you know. What he did for us is perfect. And I think church is very important because it's just having that community of like-minded people.
Yeah.
We never want to lose sight of is that God is there.
Yeah.
You know, without him, I wouldn't even met my wife because I met my wife at church. And then we wouldn't have our kids.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be living here on the other side of the world. I wouldn't be able to play rugby. You know, these are things that I try not to lose sight of. And you can. I'm not saying I've been perfect, but at the same time, you know, I want to keep that at the back of my mind.
Love that also. Well, we just got to the destination, us.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow. Thank you, Mosul. Thank you, bro.
See ya.
So we just got to the stadium. The boys did their captain's run yesterday. By the look of it, they've already started the game like 5 minutes ago, but it is packed as. So keen to support the boys. Not only just Paulie and Moses and that, and some of the other boys that are playing, but there's also other Pollies, Tongans, Samoans in the opposite team. So that's pretty cracker to see. So can't wait to go see. Let's go check it out, man. Hopefully they come up to us after, man. Please. Not knowing, Paulie has given us special passes, bro. So shout out to my uncle Paulie. Alright, yeah, we're going through the pack at the back. So shout out to my boy, man. Yeah, the boys. This is hectic. Let's go, lads. There he is. There's a big man, Paulie. There's Paulie there. He just came off. Wow, this is mad, bro. But the crowd's energy is crazy, bro. Wow, look at the try up there. Oh! He got knocked out. He got knocked out. Just know that Brisbane City is the best city in the world. And they're racist. It is the next day. The boys played yesterday. I think Paulie had a little cut on his little eye, so I think he's resting up today. But we're gonna go over to his house. The bloke's into his coffee. He loves his coffee, so yeah. Just catching an Uber to him now. Bro, he killed it last night, bro. Also, I met some of the youngins as well. Some young Polynesians that are over here in the academy, which is pretty cool because the younger generation, they're getting trained up with these clubs, bro. So they're really investing into the future of their team. So, bro, it's just real cool to see. They came and showed some love. They've obviously seen me some from other stuff from our old podcasts that we used to do and social media in general. So that was pretty cool to you know, shake their hands and tell them that they're doing awesome, bro. Because I don't think I could ever play like sports or anything like that away from family like them, man. So they're only young too. I think they're only like 18, 19, 20. Because I was looking through their Instagrams. Some of them just graduated last year, and I was like, bro, they're over here in France chasing their dreams. So, you know, good on them. But yeah, we're gonna go meet up with Paulie now. But it was sick to see, bro. There was like other Polynesians in the other team. This is here. Yeah. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, bye.
Yeah. Matter of fact, big man standing right there. Hey. How are you, Mauso?
Yeah, good.
Good to see you, bro.
How are you?
Good, man. Andrew Color. Yeah. Say what's up, Moose?
What's up? Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking good.
Damn, bro. Is up here? Oh, yeah, mad. Alright. Mauso, man. The coffee maker. So, what I've heard from Clinton,
Yeah.
he said that you take pride into your coffee, bro. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it's a nice little hobby to have on the other side of the
Yeah.
world. When we first moved here nearly 10 years ago, there weren't many like Aussie cafes.
Yeah.
So what we did was we bought a machine. We're like, well, we can't find a cafe. We may as well try and learn to make coffees. And then that was our other machine. We upgraded to this one, which is a nice machine. We're like, oh, if we're gonna splash out on it, we may as well get a nice machine.
Yeah, hard.
You know, it was nice. We got it customized and everything.
Oh, is it customized?
Yeah,
What a serious guy. Yeah, man.
So this is our coffee setup. We've all our coffee gadgets in here. Yeah, lots of.
Yeah, bro.
Every time we see something new, we're like, oh, I gotta get it.
Yeah. What's the go-to?
Flat white.
Flat white always?
Take it back to when it's back at home. Flat white. Because over here they drink a lot of espressos.
Yeah.
So just to find good flat white was tough. But now like the culture, like the coffee culture, the brunch culture, Aussie cafes, there's heaps of them now in Paris.
Hard, bro.
They never used to exist back when we first came. It was only like one or two. But then now it's kind of kickstarted a new passion, a hobby. So it's nice. It's good, we can just make coffees at home.
That's mad.
We have friends come over, we're like, oh yeah, if you want a good flat white, come to us.
I got you, bro.
But no pressure on myself.
I'll be the judge. I'll be the judge.
You take this cafe? two spoons. There you go. Flat white.
Keen, man. Keen. So what's that?
Yeah, so that's where it's a grinder. So that's the beans that go in there. And then kind of just measure out how much coffee. But there I've put in a bit too much. Try and get out 19 grams. I know. It's to the detail, man. There you go, 19 grams. And so here, just putting it inside the portafilter. One of these is just the leveler. So what I do, just let it kind of sit on it. Levels it out, tamp it. So it's nice, it's in there, the coffee. And then get the shot out. Let's see how the shot goes. Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, that. This bloke, eh?
Oh man, I'm charging you by the way. Oh, more. That's all right. Got to get a right amount of milk in there. So introducing micro bubbles. Getting the air, getting the froth.
This guy doesn't muck around, eh?
No, I lost. They revoked my Samoan card after they heard me making coffees like this, even talking about it. There you go, the espresso, milk. Now this is the hard part, it's pouring. Bit shaky, but it's alright.
Solid, eh? That's gangster.
Here you go. That's
No way.
€4.50, please.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Oh, thanks. A bit shaky when doing in front of the camera.
Oh, man. No word of a lie, man. This looks like a proper cafe coffee. Bon appetit.
Yeah, bon appetit. Yee-hee.
Certified us.
Yeah,
This guy's certified, bro.
thanks.
This guy is certified.
Yeah, so right now they're looking at a lot of young talent coming through. Like even guys, like I remember when I was young, like when I was going through the under 20s back in 2010, 2011, all the guys from then, we all kind of shifted into Super Rugby. Some guys eventually played Super Rugby and Wallabies as well. But now talking to the young guys, like the pathway is different. Like some of them, they finish school, and instead of going to play like Super Rugby or the under-20s, they'd come straight over here because they know the pathway here is a, you know, it's a lot more successful, it's a lot more looked after. And, you know, when you make it over here, it's really good opportunity, like really good money as well. You know, because we know life's not easy over here, you know, especially for us Polynesians with family and cultures. One of the most important things, especially having your, you know, your parents, that support. But once you come to the other side, you know, first thing you don't have your parents. Second thing, big cultural shock. You know, not speaking the same language, things are done very differently. And so I think for them, it's quite difficult moving over here. And I won't lie, when people move over here, even when they're in their 30s or, you know, late 20s or even when they're 17, 18, it's still hard, you know. You can move over here with your family, it's still going to be tough. But it's just getting through that first, you know, couple of seasons. And then they start to adjust a lot better. They start to understand the way of life. Because it's good. And we've got there's a young guy, Hopo. He's Kamami's cousin. He's just finished school. He was at Iona College in Brisbane, so he's just arrived here in France for racing. So he's a prop, but he's got a good head on him, and I think for him one of the biggest things was being away from his mum, and so, you know, him being a prop, titled prop as well. You know, I'll definitely help him with that, you know, with that aspect, like the rugby aspect, but he's been offered a really good contract to come over. Like the club is paying, I think it was like 12,000 euros for flight allowance, just for flights.
Wow.
So, you know, you can easily fly his family over here and back, or him even going, like him flying back as well. But he's got that money just for the season. It's not, you know, that's just for one season, just to look after, just to pay for flights.
Yeah.
And,
so how does that work? Like everything, so they give you flight allowance, obviously accommodation, cars, and then pay on top of that.
Yeah.
Wow, especially a young Polynesian, for him to come through and you know, get these opportunities.
No, it's massive. Like they get their food paid for. I know, like in our academy, they have I think it's like 300, 400 euros that go towards food a month, and what they do is they just put the receipts in, and the club just reimburses the money that they use. But they want to see that they're buying food with it, you know, not just going, you know, and so they make sure they, you know, they look at the receipts, make sure, okay, you're actually, you know, getting groceries, reimburse that money. They pay for their transport. Like if they don't have a car, then they'll pay for like, you know, the metro, the trains, buses, and they'll cover all that, the accommodation.
That's crazy.
So everything's pretty much covered for. And it's good because then they can use the money they're getting paid to kind of save up and, you know, put it away if they're disciplined enough, you know. That's probably one of the hardest things, is trying to put money away from a young age.
Yeah.
And I know giving money back to family is important, but it's really important that, you know, we understand rugby's not going to be forever. So
got to look after yourself, you know, in a way.
Yeah.
Where you can pretty much set them up later on.
Yeah, exactly.
Of, you know, giving it now, and I think that's like a big thing where us Polynesians in general get kind of, we don't understand the terms of it, but I know if you kind of look at it as like a investment later on, I think that's when, you know, we can start moving forward a bit better.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I think there's a stereotype, and it's not a stereotype, it's just the way we're brought up.
It's there. Like I call it the village mentality. You know, money comes in, money gets shared around, you know, and then money gets spent, and that's fine. Like, and I think it's good because it serves its purpose in the village, you know, because everyone's able to grow together. There's no point really putting money away because you're living in a village, and you know, everyone's kind of doing the same thing, and everyone's looking out for each other, everyone's providing for each other. But unfortunately, in the first world, that's not how they work. You know, and it's unfortunate because then we have to kind of change our mentality and change the way we think, especially with finances. Something I've learned quite late, because the thing is, it's like you can give all your money now, but what happens in the future? You know, I've seen some like ex-rugby players who've got nothing to show for. You know, like I'll take an example, Ripeni Thathau Nipuka. You know, I saw a documentary on him, and he was a big rugby star, played for the Blues, played for Fiji, you know, played over here in Europe as well, in England, and now he's, you know, back at home in Fiji driving taxis, and it's because he shared that he's got nothing, like he hadn't saved anything up. It is important to look after your family, but you've got to realize you can look after them. You know, you want to be in a win-win situation where the end game is a bit, you know, it's a long game. You know, like probably just the last generation of professional rugby players were kind of the guys who kind of made those mistakes. And I made those mistakes kind of early on in my career, but now I'm at the end of my career where I can, you know, start to figure out, okay, this is actually going to be helpful. It's hard because, you know, obviously you've got family back at home, your friends, you know, they're like, oh, you're a professional rugby player, like, can you please spot us this? And you're like, you want to help them because you're like, but the thing is, in the long run, you help no one because you end up with nothing, you know, and then your family, you know, they end up with nothing because you're not going to continue earning the same things and the same money. The club, they pay for called my rental allowance, so I have a budget, and this fell into the budget, so they were like, yeah, sweet, we'll take it. And the club, they look after us. And the good thing is, because the club pays for the rental allowance, that money is not in our actual, well, like what I get, so that means I don't pay tax on this. So because it gets, you know, if this was added into my overall like brute amount, then I'd still pay tax because it's an extra, you know, X amount of money. But because the club pays for it, then it means it's, you know, it's kind of out of my pocket, and also I'm not paying tax on it.
That's the life.
Yeah.
That's the life, bro.
No, it's good. I think if there's something I'd encourage young Pacific people to do is understand finances. You know, it's sometimes it's such a messy subject, or it's a taboo subject or something you don't, but fortunately that's how the world works now, and I think it's good to just understand a little bit. I'm not saying I know a lot, but I think helping to understand or learning about finances really helps you to, you know, look after yourself, but also the people around you a lot better. You know, I'm a professional rugby player, I can spot you guys, I look after you, and then at the end of the month, like you said, you've got nothing to show for it, and then you wait till the next month comes along and all right, let's do it again. You know, that cycle that's the cycle I went through when I was playing at the Melbourne Rebels. I played there 4 years, and by the time I left the Rebels to come here, I had nothing in my bank account, you know, nothing saved up. Even the first, I'd say 6 months here when I was living in France, I still had nothing because I was still trying to pay kind of like the debt that I had, and that was all money that I was kind of just giving out, you know, giving out to my family and spending. So if I continued doing that, you know, and I'm like nearly at the end of my career, I've got nothing to show for it. It's like, go home, you know, what do you have, you know?
Yeah. What's probably been your biggest achievement today so far?
Probably my kids.
Yeah.
I think for me, I think that was probably one of the most important things is to be a good dad, you know, to be a good role model for them, that when they get older, that they can look to me and that they can be proud, you know, that I am their dad. And I think for me that's really important. And also, probably even more important is to be a good husband. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but it's something I want to strive to be as well, is to be a good husband to my wife, to look after her, because I know she's made a lot of sacrifices to be here as well. She's living away from her family. She's one of 7 kids, 5 older brothers, 1 little sister, so I had to fight them all to win her over. Nah, but you know, she's left a lot behind as well, and so I think being on this side of the world helps me to understand, okay, go look after my family, go look after her and my boys.
Do you agree with, like, you wouldn't be able to do any of your stuff, like, if it wasn't for her, holding it down, bro?
Yeah, no way. There's no way. She definitely holds this house down. She holds everything down. You know, she's a steady mind. You know, it helps me make the right decisions, guide my decisions as well. She's definitely my lifesaver.
What was your biggest mistake that you came back from?
I think for me, one of the biggest mistakes that led me to down a pretty dark path was not talking to, you know, people, not talking to my wife, not talking to, you know, because I think sometimes especially like, because I'm Samoan male, I'm stubborn, you know, and I'm like my dad, you know, like, well, now we're tough, we're going to be able to solve everything, do everything on our own. You know, all the problems that come out, don't worry, I've got us, you know, I'm going to protect this family. And I think that was something that I thought I was able to do on my own. But then that actually caused a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. And what happened was then I exploded. And then, was it in 2022, I tried to take my life. And that all spiraled, you know, that all came from not talking and not talking about like things that are tough, stress that I was having, that had, you know, because I was the father of two, you know, living on that side of the world. And also at that time I was the captain of the team. So there was a lot of pressure on me. And I think I tried to kind of figure things out on my own. And then, you know, we have limits. And I think I just didn't know where my limits were, or where my boundaries were at the time. And so for me, I think I'm proud to say, you know, with my wife, we were able to come back from that. We were able to resolve a lot of things, you know, understand, okay, you know, I do need to talk, I do need to share things that have happened. And I think my upbringing kind of caused a lot of that as well. You know, just, you know, we have that mentality, we don't talk, you know, we don't, when you're young, you know, you just shut up and listen. You're not allowed to speak out or speak up. But I think that's something I definitely encourage, especially young islanders, to do, is just speak up, you know.
Oh, awesome, bro. Thank you so much for that. And like, I agree that it stems from your childhood. A lot of problems stem from your childhood, or of how things work out later on in your life.
Yeah.
So thank you for letting that be known, because, you know, there's obviously a lot of you being here. There's obviously going to be a lot of Polynesian kids watching that too. So
everyone's got stress. Everyone's feeling something, you know. And even when that's why, I know you said like and I appreciate you know, thanking me for sharing it. But for me, it's like I'm open about sharing it because I know there might be someone out there that needs to hear it, or someone that needs to know, okay, you know, anyone can go through it. Like, we're not, you know, there's no shield that protects us from these things. These things do happen.
Well, last question before we wrap it up, bro. Where do you see our Polynesian people within the next 5 to 10 years? Like, where do you see us going to new heights?
I think, like even just now, just seeing, you know, what you guys are doing online. All you guys are doing is sharing your personality, you know, sharing an insight to, like, you know, we love to have a laugh, you know, like Usgang and what he does. But those are jokes that we used to do, you know, we used to make between ourselves, you know. But the fact that the world is seeing it, you know, like us joking about having KFC and our love for KFC.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so true. One of the other boys, French guy, sent me a reel, and it was Usgang. They did a reel, you know, with KFC and the love of KFC, like, and I was laughing and I was like, it's so true. But like, people over here are starting to see things that are going on. And more of our personality. So I think we have such a rich culture. Like, it's there's so many good things that I think the world needs to see. Like, obviously there's talent, the sporting talent, but I just think if people, you know, like for us, we step out of our shell and kind of express more of who we are and how deep we feel, you know, I think people will start to see like how amazing Pacific people are.
Appreciate you, sir.
Of course.
Thank you for coming on, bro. My dog.
Thank you.